Hello everybody, what's going on and welcome to a brand new video. Today we are doing Ashes Cricket versus Bradman Cricket 17. I planned to do this video a long time ago, but then obviously I couldn't upload for a while, and I didn't upload for a while, and then I meant to come back, but the internet wasn't working, and now we're fully back. And yes, so I did play some back-to-back games of Bradman Cricket and also Ashes Cricket, and these are the notes I took. Just letting you know, if the microphone sounds weird, this is the first time recording a narration with this headset, so it might sound a little bit weird, but hopefully it's good, hopefully it's better, and hopefully we can all get used to it. Anyway, let's get right into this video. I have a lot more notes for Ashes than DBC, just because I couldn't quite get a grasp on DBC, you know, haven't played it in a long time, and yeah, by the way, I did a Bradman Cricket 14 versus Bradman Cricket 17 video in the past, so you can go and check that out for more thoughts of mine on DBC 17, but that was at the time. Now is the present. So we'll start with Ashes. I believe Ashes Cricket has better menus. It's set out a lot nicer now. Bradman Cricket 17 at the start, I said those menus were nice compared to Bradman Cricket 14, but these ones are, I believe, much better, much more simple, and they look a lot cleaner. Much better graphics overall. Everything just looks better. If you look at the stadiums, which is the next thing I go on with, stadiums look cleaner, and having licensed grounds such as the MCG, Wacker and Adelaide Oval are a large bonus. So we finally have licensed grounds. I think there's some licensed English grounds. I don't know if Lords is licensed or whatever, but obviously I know the MCG, Wacker, Adelaide Oval, SCG, they're all licensed and they're all in the game. They've been made pretty well, I'd say, and yeah, it is a big bonus, and the stadiums look much cleaner, and it's good seeing that they have the licenses. Speaking of licenses, the England/Australia team licensing is massive, and it allows us to have real face scans which add to the game in a great way. However, something I do not understand, however, with this licensing is why the game did not get a massive advertising push with ads running through the Ashes series and other international games between Australia and England. Or at least a marketing push online, maybe some more ads on your YouTube videos, maybe some pop-up ads on the side of websites, maybe Instagram, you know, there's a bunch of advertisements there. Think about how many people who like cricket scroll through Instagram or Twitter every day, or Facebook, and if you put that out there, then they'll see and they'll go, hey, there's a cricket game. That looks pretty good. And if you market it the right way, then people would definitely check it out at least. I also wrote down in my notes that I would like to genuinely see the number of copies that this game sold. I think it could be pretty high, but I think it could be a lot higher. The bats are better with the licensing, and they're a lot more cleaner without the glitches of DBC 17's Academy. The more distinct bowling actions for each player, leg spin, off spin, every spinner, every player has their own distinct action and the way they bowl. And yeah, it's just a lot better. Fielding is pretty much the same as DBC. I can't find much of a difference, if I'm honest, between the fielding. There is improved commentary with real-life commentators Mel Jones and Michael Slater. However, there are a few mistakes in there that I have experienced. The Cricket Academy is nowhere near as glitched as DBC and doesn't stuff up your game, such as random and weird uniforms, players, bats and grounds. The amount of times that this happened in DBC was shocking, and it's those things that you don't realise that Ashes actually fixed, which, yeah, obviously at the time I was like, hey, whatever, we still got a decent cricket game out of DBC, but yeah, those glitches were absolutely mad, especially since I had no licensing at all, so you had to download all the Big Bash, all the state teams for England and Australia, if you wanted to, all international teams such as India, Bangladesh, West Indies, the list goes on, Australia as well, since they didn't have the licensing. And then bats came along with that, and so did the uniforms, but the uniforms would stuff up. There was a bit of weird coding in there, and it all stuff up, and on times you'd have to delete the files, and then have to fully re-download every team again to try and get it right. But yeah, you got some really weird and wacky uniforms and bats. Those are the main things. Players' names being censored is removed. This ties in to the last one. I think Quinton de Kock's name was. There was a New Zealand player who was. I don't know if Quinton de Kock's name was censored because of de cock, but it's a player's name. But yeah, it said like V censored or some shit, and yeah, that was really annoying, and it was really weird. So yeah, I'm glad that's removed, so when you have Virat Kohli coming out, it doesn't say V censored, and then on the scoreboard it says that as well. I really hated that. The Barmy Army are apparently included with the game. I don't usually play with sound, but I've been told by Jezza that it is in there, so apparently the Barmy Army's in the game. Barmy Army, yeah, apparently it's in there. That must be a nice touch, especially for English cricket fans. Next one I've just written down, nice Gary, because, yeah, that was a big deal, and then they decided to put it in, and no one really cared, but it was just a nice touch. But some people list it as like an actual feature of the game. I know I'm kind of listing it as an actual feature of the game. I'm just listing it as a difference to DBC, but, yeah, Matthew Wade screams nice Gary when Gary's bowling. Big Ant changed its ways to try and make the game widely popular and for people of all ages to be able to play, such as changing the controls and changing difficulty levels, which Ross, the guy who's in charge of Big Ant or some shit, said in an interview that I read online. Yeah, so they've changed it up, trying to make it more mainstream. However, I don't think that quite worked. I think the same people that bought DBC also bought Ashes Cricket, really. And as going back to the marketing and advertising, if you wanted to push it out into the mainstream, you could have done a better job with that and advertised it on billboards down at the shops or some shit, bus stops, things like that. Get the game in people's face and they'll memorize it. Another thing I want to add, which I don't quite understand, I know it's just in there for looks and aesthetic, but I don't understand the cricket ball on fire hitting the stumps. I think the Don Bradman one with the cricket ball in the grass and just hitting the stumps, I think that one looks much better. This one just looks weird and like they've tried to go, I don't know what it looks like. It looks really weird. It looks like some like, not MS Paint, but you know how back in the day everyone thought fire was really cool and put fire as like their profile or banner or some shit. Looks like something like that, but they've tried it 10 years later. But yeah, not a major difference, just something I'd rather the DBC look on the home screen. Heading over to DBC, by the way, the loading into the game is much better. You know how it comes up with like how to play tutorials and all that. And the view of Don Bradman on the ground as you load into the game is cool, instead of the fireball hitting the wickets. Moving on, the scoreboard almost looks like a PS2 game. You would have been able to see in the previous clip to the one that is on now, but the scoreboard down the bottom where it has players' names and it tracks like the batting score, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it looks like a PS2 game kinda. It looks really weird now. The default controls are much better than Ashes Cricket, although Ashes gives you the option to change the controls back to how they were in this game. Yeah, I'm just not a big fan of the default controls in Ashes Cricket, and I believe these ones are much better. The bowling is much smoother than Ashes, however it doesn't feel like you have as much control over variation and how you actually want to bowl. I really did notice this. I feel like I had more variation, more options of balls to bowl in Ashes Cricket compared to DBC. There are a lot of overthrows in this game, and this was the case with DBC 14 as well. Seemed to be a lot of overthrows throughout the game, and it was really annoying and unrealistic. And yeah, there are overthrows in real life. You don't necessarily see them in every game, maybe every 5 games, every 10 games. There are overthrows. I haven't seen an overthrow in Ashes Cricket yet, I don't think. So, yeah, it balances out a bit better in Ashes Cricket with the overthrows. There are many more bugs, a lot more than Ashes, and DBC didn't feel like a fully completed game, but Ashes is. Ashes feels like a complete game. Haven't really ran into any noticeable bugs. As I talked about, the players' censored names, the academy stuffing up, bringing you a bunch of random crap to your game and stuffing up and glitching. DBC also crashed a lot. I did make a video about DBC crashing, and Big Ant actually replied, and they were like pretty cool about it, if I'm honest. But yeah, DBC didn't feel like a fully completed game. They just got a release out, didn't do it very well, but with the backing of Cricket Australia and England Cricket England, whatever it's called. Yeah, they've been able to put on a very good game, and obviously you've seen the videos, the big end of release of like Glenn Maxwell going in, putting on the suit, playing his shots, and yeah, especially the face scans are very noticeable. In conclusion, both are good cricket games, although Ashes Cricket made many improvements and gives us a lot of hope for future cricket games. I don't think VR is an option, but I think VR in the future in cricket games could be absolutely incredible. There probably is some sort of cricket VR out there, and I think experiencing cricket VR would just be absolutely amazing. Boxing Day Test, for example, or you have to go in, you have to hit 20 off of 4 balls, something like that. I think that'd just be absolutely mad, a cricket experience like that in VR. Don't know if it'd be done through video games or with something else, but that's just my brain speaking, my greedy brain speaking. So yeah, just saying, it gives us a lot of hope for future cricket games, more improvement. Obviously, there only was a 1-year gap in release between 17 and Ashes Cricket, but then again, there are 1 year release gaps between most games such as NBA 2K and also FIFA. So yeah, let me know your opinion on the game in the comments section down below. My verdict is Ashes Cricket is the better game. However, if you are looking for a good, cheap cricket gaming experience, DBC 17 should be on discount at every store. So there it is, my comparison between DBC 17 and Ashes Cricket. Let me know if there's any components of the game that I missed that I should not have missed, and yeah, let me know what you think is the better game. I'm also interested to know how much DBC is at like shops and stuff, because I know some people could be able to pick it up. So yeah, let me know what you thought of this video in the comment section down below. Fortnite will be coming out tomorrow, I think, and then maybe another Rashid Khan career mode, or maybe another Fortnite after that. Anyway guys, hopefully you all have enjoyed this video, and I will see you later.